Okay, sorry about that. Mic was off. All right. So, let's break into it. NASCAR released their 2026 schedule. We're going to review it right now and see how it looks. So, let's get into it. For right now, here's the 2026. 2026 has been released, was athletics say. If we look here, they got Bowman Gray Stadium as a non-points race, so we know that. But then they got Daytona, the 500, and then Atlanta, which they got to use that same car from Georgia. But if the guy who wins Daytona cannot use that same car until the next following year. And then Circuit Americas, you got that car, that series. You got Texas, which we're gonna be going back. Then Phoenix, then Nevada, then that starts our West Coast race swing. And then going to Darlington, South Carolina for the 400-mile race and the 400-mile race for Virginia, then Bristol, and then Kansas, then Talladega, then Fort Worth, and then they moved Walker Glen from August to now to to uh to May 10th. So somewhat they moved it up. And then they got Dover, the All-Star race, and then which that ends it all. And then we got Prime taking the Coca-Cola 600, then Nashville, then Michigan, then Pocono, and then all kickoff at Coronado Naval Base in San Diego, California. And then you got that road course, then you got Sonoma, then back to Joliet, Illinois, for the first time ever where the next gen stock cars debuted, which those next gen cars do phenomenal on those tracks, the intermediate tracks. But can we please, NASCAR, get the cars worked on for the short tracks and the road course? They can have better racing. You wanted to put horsepower in those cars. Put horsepower in those cars. Put some challenge in those cars for those drivers. They can redo their whole stuff. And then you got Atlanta, Georgia. Then we got North Westboro as their first point race as returning since 1994. Since the last time they did a points race was a long time ago, and that was at a long time ago, and that was North Wilkesboro Speedway, and basically they give me North Wilkesboro Driverways instead of Speedway, but whatever. Let's see here. The last major race event for this track was back a long time ago. The last points race, it was the last race that they ever raced on in 1995 or 1996. I think it was 1996. I believe it was. So yeah, North Wilkesboro Speedway had their last race. Last race was back in after the ICA died, NASCAR imploded in the 90s, and basically it was the last point race that they raced was in 1996 for the Tyson Holly Farm 400. The last race never ran on. Now we could see them coming back. First race, we may be thinking of the 400-mile race returning somewhat. They can run that car for 400 laps because you can see right here, NASCAR North Wilkesboro will be the future of the race. Basically, they thinking it may be a 400-mile race. See, there's the logo right there. The old Tyson Holly Farm 400. 200 miles, 400 laps. Basically, we could see that coming back. Don't know. Because you can see the last race was Jeff Gordon winning that. And Royal Trip won that most of the race. In the Union 400, we got basically the last time was in March, April. Terry Labonte won that race. So we don't know what they're going to look like. So we're going to see a 400-mile race again. because it looks like it's going to be a 400-mile race or 250-mile race. We probably want it more like a 400-mile race because it fits the cars. Because since it's in late September, late since it's going to be late in July, I think it's best choice 400-mile race. Put those drivers to the test, and then you got the Brickyard 400. Then we're going back to Iowa again, which NASCAR needs to work on those cars. Then we got back-to-back road courses, back-to-back short tracks. So basically, Richmond and Iowa, New Hampshire, then from New Hampshire to Daytona. Then we see Gateway will still be the same. Bristol will be the final race. Then Kansas kick off the round 12. Then Las Vegas and the Roval. We have 5 road courses on this schedule. And then you got Talladega. Then you got Phoenix and Talladega. At least that's the good part. Ending the race in Talladega is a good shot. And then would have been easier to win it off at Talladega than November 1st. Then you got Phoenix, which is going to be okay a race, but somewhat be okay, but we don't know. Since all next year are going to be busy with the events for FIFA Pro Cup. So yeah, overall it's crazy. But breaking down now to NHRA. We had winners winning all last week at the Lucas Oil Nationals. It was crazy. Engine, I was watching the whole race. Matt Hagan had a good car. He was confident, and all of a sudden the car blew up on him. His car blew up on him, and his day was not happy because he lost it, and the car exploded right on that start. Exploded, and he was not happy, and they have to redo the whole drawing board because in the next following week we got the U.S. Nationals. I'm gonna be watching that live, and then the U.S. Nationals. Basically, they're instead of racing 4 qualifyings, they're doing 5 qualifyings. Basically, 5 of qualifying. If you see right here, the event, all they're gonna start here, 6 a.m. Basically with the sportsman mods, time trials, and all those, and then the Stock Martin Hemi Challenge qualifying session, and then 6 the elimination, and then Sport My Auto, and then Super Comps and Hemi challenges, and then this is where we start kicking it off. Monday, 10 o'clock, the drag racing series starts, and then you got all these guys racing. They got 5 qualifyings, and the funny card be doing their call out. So that'd be something to watch. And overall, you got Legends Nitro Series coming back. So that's be something. And then you got Pro Mods elimination starts. That's be something to watch. And the Factory Showdown. So you can see they're going to be pushing those cars to the staging lanes. So yeah, I would meet all the sportsman pits. I mean, I would like to meet all the sportsman class. I mean, I would love it. So you guys got Dodge autograph session at Friday, 6 o'clock. I would love to go back to. I would love to go to U.S. Nationals for the next. If I get once I have money, and if I have, which I would have, I would have gone there this next following season. But overall, you got pretty good runs. Which you got the Pro Mods in the Nitrous Legend Series. So that's going to be good racing on Saturday night. All those are going to be good. So yeah, they're going to be battling for points. This is different because this is the crown jewel for the NHRA. So that's going to be good racing for them. But after that, the points starts racking up. This is where we start playing our games, lock-ins. If you look right here, countdown to the championship. It is coming. It is coming, and it is going to be crazy. So yeah, it is going to be crazy. Points are going to be on the line. Plus, you got the special event in Georgia. Since the last time in 2019, NHRA returns to Georgia. I would see them going back in Georgia next following year. This is something they need. If you want to bring Georgia fans have to pay tickets to come down to Gainesville to watch it. But if you want fans to come to Florida, Georgia, this is something they need to bring NHRA to Georgia back again. Since the last time they had the Peach Showdown, the Southern Showdown, and that was a long time ago, back in 2019. I think it was 2020. I think the last time they ran that track. I think it was 2020. Let's see here. If it loads, there we go. Look, it's Nationals, Arizona, the Nationals, Summer Nationals, Indy National, Gator Nationals, September. Yeah, that was the last year. They didn't run this track. What about in 2021? Did they run this in 2021 or no? No. Yes, he did. It was the last event, the London Dragway. They never went back. It was a miss. They missed that track because people complain about the drag racing. I think the noise. I'm truly, I miss those kind of racing because you had the Southern Nationals. This is the last event. They closed this track down after 2023, where Bret Hart, not Bret Hart, John Force hit his head so hard, which took him out of action. But overall, that man is a tough son of a gun. I would see them go back to the Nationals at Heartland Park, Motorsport Park. I think that track's still going on today. Don't know, but they got Maple Grove, then you got the Nationals. So yeah, it's gonna be hell on wheels for these guys for the next following September week, because they're gonna be busy, busy, busy in September. Then October, busy, and then they're gonna be closing it out. So yeah, it's gonna be hell on wheels for them. But we're getting down to the NASCAR news. This is where we need to start breaking down. NASCAR wants more Cup drivers racing Xfinity, somewhat, and you got NASCAR having to see people doing backlashes at Dover, and you got basically. Let's get to the Basically, the NASCAR news been going nuts today with the 2311 and Front Row Motorsports unions. The lawsuit been going on, so basically NASCAR saying that you're going to be forcing to sell the charters, and this is why crazy shenanigans. Bubba Car, it's crazy. So it was crazy. See, I accidentally won that race at Chicago at the Richmond this week, past following week. That we are heading into Daytona. Everything can get offset. Who can get one guy can come out of the back, win the whole race. That means it will leave Ty Dillon, Tyler Reddick in there. You'll be locked in. Alex Bowman will be out. Basically, Alex Bowman and Chase Briscoe are going to, Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman are going to be fighting for the dog for a race to be in this championship. If you see right here, if we go look at the standing, I don't care NASCAR, but yes, NASCAR is now on Roku, so if you want to watch it, go ahead. Don't care, but overall if you want to. It's there. But our standings right now, if we're looking at Daytona, this is all going to break downhill real quick. Give it a few guys. It's coming up. So overall, it's crazy race. It's going to be all hell on wheels. You're going to see a lot of a lot of shenanigans. These drivers are going to lose their mind because you can see all these drivers right now. You see the points right now. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Chase, all these guys right now are fine points for the finals. William Byron's locked in, but the playoff picture is right here. Denny Hamlin is locked in. All these guys are all locked in, except for these two, Alex Bowman and Tyler Reddick. You can see those two guys fighting points. If we're going to say this, Austin Dillon upset them. There's only 2 spots. You see, all these hungry guys down here are finding points. Kyle Busch can upset Bowman, and Bowman will not be in the race. But they have to be careful with the big one. The big one can occur. Anything else can ruin people's race real quick. Ty Gibbs, he can come out of nowhere. Ryan Preece come out of nowhere. All these guys. Brad can come out of nowhere winning it. Kostafard, he's been putting a phenomenal season on this race season. So you can tell he's been putting on a lot of good efforts. It means, look, I don't care, NASCAR. It's crazy. Look at this. Look at this phenomenal run. This guy, Hosefard, finished second at Atlanta. Then wrecked that. Look at this qualifying. Look at this. This man's got a hell on wheels. Nashville finished second. He's been finishing almost in the top 20. His last race 15, but this one right here, 8th. He's been finishing good. He's been putting on a good race career. You can see he's been started off slowly, but then started racking up points in 41, and then this is where he started kicking off his runs. 11 in the top 5. I would see him in the Xfinity Series. Would have been good. Get him a good run in there. See, he's been racking up good shenanigans. This is... I think Kostafar got a pretty good car if he moves up. Because if he does move up, I see something in that guy. Young kid making it in there. Overall, we got a lot of drivers are trying to fight for playoffs. Trucks won't be back until next following week when the playoff starts. Same with these two are going to be fighting it. So yeah, even NASCAR 25 is coming out next 2 months from now, October 14th. This is crazy. It's coming out. The game should be damn good when it comes out. Phenomenal. What you got? The 400 coming up. It's all going to break loose because this can change the whole story. Darlington, all these guys, you won't be able to watch until Talladega in the last 3 races. All in the USA. Usually you can watch it on NBC. But no, they had to change it around, so yeah. Overall, it should be good racing coming up for the next following year. But IHRA won't be back until the next following month. They're going to be busy. Our schedule for this weekend for NHRA, it's going to be the Lucas Nationals. Basically, these guys are going to be running this week. Two events this weekend. It is going to be Division 6? No. Division 1 and Division 3 are going to be running this season this weekend. So, yeah. The schedule for this weekend, they're going to be running at Division 1 are going to be racing this weekend at the New England Dragway. Then Division 2 won't start, like my favorite division won't be starting until September again. So won't be starting that until later. Then you got Division 3 starts up this weekend too. And then you got the Division 4 won't start their season, won't be until September again. They're on a little hiatus. And then same thing with these guys on the 7th, 5th, and 7th. For the Division 5, they won't be busy. They won't be back until next month, beginning of the next month. And Division 6 are all done with their schedule. And same thing with these guys. They're almost done. Division 7, they're going to be busy with these guys. And they're going to put some hell in these cars for the next following weeks. So, yeah. The regional schedule, they're going to be running next week. They ran this next following week. They'll run this weekend for the Lucas Oil Regionals. Same with the North. Then the Bradenton 5 Sport Park won't be running until next following week. So, yeah. Their points right now are looking. Sean is fighting Jackie Frick. Is closing that door on him. Sean. Same with Matt Cummings. These guys are closing the door on him. Look at the shell. These guys are fighting. Brad, Shell, Shane and Madison Gordon and Brian Hugg and Shane Bellamu are fighting points. Look at this. They are close for points battles. Competition. Jeff Lane's pretty good run. He's still holding his ground. But David Duple and Taylor Konskivsky are working their way back up. Same with Joe and Jeff. Slowly but steady, and Dean Carl, too. Super stocks. You got Joseph leading, and same with Jimmy Hago Jr. fighting. And Justin Lamb closing the door, and Brad is closing the same thing with Peter Algo and Judy Lang fighting points, and Leo Gaspin, and same with Jeff Donna are fighting points, and Jad Gifford. All these guys are fighting points. I'm going to get credit to those guys are going to be fighting. Stocks. Running pretty good. So far, so good. Joseph is leading, followed by 10 points behind John Gray, and Bubba Link is closing the door. Same with Ella Buddha and Jeff Atkins and Jimmy Ahago Jr. and Jeff Sino. These guys are closing the door slowly but steady, but they're putting hell on wheels. And let's get to super comps. Kyle Gripford is running his nose tight. You got Lauren, you got Jason leading a pretty good amount of points, but sometimes that can upset real quick. Then you got Super Gas fighting his points too. Keith Mayer is running away, but Nathan is still holding that ground. So overall, it's pretty good with those guys. They're holding their grounds. A lot of Sherman's got to catch up. They got to make some good points going into that round. And you got Daryl, Buska, and Sarah. These guys, Daryl is pulling away. He's trying to clinch that championship early, so slowly but steady. And so yeah, top sportsman. Overall, you got Matt Chitty fighting for points, but Dara Brusa is right there behind him. So yeah, these guys are going to be fighting for points coming into the final end of the season. because the schedule for the Nationals are coming up hot. So let's get to the pro mods. These guys are fighting. J.R. Gregg, 80, 20 points ahead of Matt Sestova. Ricky, right there behind him. Same with Billy Babcock, Mason Wright, Alex Auden, and Timmy Streety. They're all right there. They're all there. All these guys from the top 50s, from 18 all the way up to first, are battling for points. Pretty good this season. So they'll be back this season at the they'll be back at the U.S. Nationals. So they're gonna be busy, and they're gonna be racing at some two at IHRA. Some of those guys are gonna be racing at IHRA. So overall, they're gonna be fighting points. Then the Nationals guys, the pros, basically. Look at that, their standings so far. You got Shannon Lawton locked their way in to the championship. You got Antron Brown locked in. Clay Milligan's working. Look at this. Sean Reed's already locked in, so there ain't gonna be no upset. These guys are out of the picture. Scott Palmer has been out. He's in racing the AIHRA, so he's gonna be doing good. All these guys are gonna be fighting for points. So overall, Tony's gonna get his. Tony right now. Look at this guy. Led the points earlier. Now he's got to fight his way in, win this championship. Can he upset Sean Lee? Doug Collette is closing the door behind him too, with 7 points behind Joni. And overall, this is crazy. With 14 points come after this, following points after the Nationals, U.S. Nationals, it's going to be those are the points because they're going for 5. 20 cars. All they're going to be busy is they're going to be fighting. Matt Hagan's already locked in. Jet Beckman is right now behind him, but it's slowly but steady. Ron Cap's there. He's slowly but too. Cruz is right there behind Bob Tasca. Same with the Chad Green, and they're right there behind him, and they want to. They're hungry. They're hungry for those spots. Pro stocks. Look at Erica. She's right there. She's trying to close that door so she can get locked in. Mason Gala is right there too. They're fighting points. So, those guys are going to be fighting to the end. But I can see right here, look at Erica Enders. You see her. After that huge penalty, she's regaining cars. She got the Greg Stanfield car. Basically, she got her teammate's car. What was it? I think it was Greg or Stanfield. I think it was Greg Stanfield. I think it was that guy. I think it was him. Was it? Yes, I think it's him. Where is it? Mason McCaga. Basically, Erica got a whole new car, so okay, that's Mason. So it was Chris. No, not him. So who's the guys that race on you got Erica, you got Derek Kimmer, you got Aaron Stafford, that's who it is. That's who it is. The guy no, not him. Matt Harford, Dallas Glenn, Corey Reed, G.R. Stanfield, Corey, Derek, Erica. Basically, one of these guys gave Eric they gave Erica the same chassis from the guy from last week's race, and so yeah, the same car but different he's the guy got a new car, so yeah. Cody Collins right there, fighting for points too. But if we look right here, going to U.S. Nationals, I don't need to contact you guys. I want to know how the points are earned. So if we look right here, points are earned. Non-qualifiers basically withdraw, whether the event's postponed, and overall. But right here, points. If you look, the national points, all except for Indianapolis, they get a little extra. 150 points. Who wins that? Seeing what the runner up, third round loser, second round loser, and the first round. They're double the points. Basically, they run except for 3 points. They're doing 15 points for Indianapolis because that's the major points. Because they add 2 more points. Basically, at 2 points, they double them up. They're going to give drivers a better fight for the championship. Basically, for the qualifying for the championship, they're going to be fighting. Basically, these guys are going to be re-racked, readjusted. Basically, the points be reset, and then all once they get down to Pomona, all hell breaks loose. All heck's going to break loose. Whoever gets locked in, win to clinch championship, clinch it. Maybe the championship be clinched real early before Pomona, because you can tell how is what's it called, championship. Because after the U.S. Nationals, they're going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting. You got the Lucas Oil National Championship point. Basically, they're going to be fighting for points. Overall, basically, field, pretty good. Amount, pretty good amount. So yeah, they're all going to be fighting for points. So they're all going to be fighting for points. So overall, it's going to be a good dogfight for them. So yeah. So basically, all heck's going to break loose. So that's your heads up on the NASCAR Florida Boy news. So keep your foot on the throttle, keep your foot on the gas, don't give up, and let's keep rolling until we hit that finish line. And we're going to make it good. Florida NASCAR Boy